Hey y'all, Shannon here, Anyone Can Outdoors. We're with Hepburn Lake Lodge. We're going bear chasing. Seeing what if we get it done. My buddy Scott, he's going with his bow. I'm going with my 450 Bushmaster. Seeing what if we get it done or if we wait. I'm torn. If a big one comes out, I'm gonna be very tempted to punch the tag early. Very tempted. But we're here all week. We'll see what happens. But y'all, to say excited does not even begin to cover it. But they're getting ready. They're loading us up. Let's go chase some bear.
Kenny says it looks like a really nice belt, though.
So my guide is out now looking for a blood trail. We're waiting for the rest of the search party to come. That search party, the trackers. My buddy Scott and all the other guys. I may have missed it though. He's searching for a blood trail, and so far it's not looking like he's found it. Shoot. Won't be the last.
You got a big tank, brother.
All right, we're gonna go on the other side here, Shannon.
What do you think, Shannon?
Oh, ho, ho. Oh, ho.
I'm so excited. Shannon, you can't even see half of them right now. I told you he was big.
Oh, eh?
Look at it. Look at that head.
Holy.
That's a big bear.
For sure.
Oh.
Way to go, buddy.
There you go. On this side here.
Thank you.
Here, Dale, pick him up so you can see.
Hey y'all, so let me explain what was all going on in the earlier part of this video. So as I mentioned in the video, I thought I had missed when I shot the bear. The shot felt good, it looked good, he reacted, but the way, the reason that I thought I missed is because my guide that was sitting in the blind with me, Dale, he went out to track and he found no blood. And he tracked, he didn't go like far, but he circled the bait barrel a few times, walked off a few different directions, just a few feet out of sight. Obviously, when you're hunting bear, you're tracking bear, especially at night, you don't want to go by yourself. Granted, it wasn't like dark yet, There was still good light, but like, you don't want to go by yourself. It's better to have a group of people with you just in case. So it had already been decided he wasn't going to go far. He was just going to do a quick search. He found no blood, no signs of impact. So that's why I said in the video, I thought I missed. Well, then my buddy Scott and the rest of the guides from Hepburn came and helped Dale start tracking. And after a few minutes, Scott found a liquid that he said was like yellowy color, and it wasn't bile. I mean, it was like that color. It was like the color of bile, or like stomach acid or something. But I didn't gut shoot him. We looked and we saw it was a good hit. It was right where I was aiming, right where it needed to be. So it wasn't a gut shot, and as far as we could tell, like, it was a good shot, like I said. So the outfitter boss and the guides were all kind of thinking maybe he threw up at one point or spit up or something, but there was no blood in it. It was just straight like bile substance, like I said. And you know, Scott found that. He trailed that a little bit, happened to find a couple drops of blood, to which then the whole group followed that to where my bear was lying. So they did end up finding my bear. The reason for the lack of blood trail is because this, I don't know if y'all can really tell, but this is my bullet, or what's left of it. The bullet, ignore that. The bullet impacted. It hit good, but it must have, whether it hit bone or whether it mushroomed inside just the shoulder. I think that's where my buddy Scott dug it out, was, you know, in the shoulder meat or whatever. And it hit and it just mushroomed. So there was an entry hole, but there was no exit hole. Therefore, the lack of blood. So, y'all, it's important to get good ammo. Now, don't get me wrong. I love my Hornadies. There's nothing wrong with the Hornadies. I'm not saying that. But obviously, it didn't go through. But at the same time, I'm not mad because now I got a souvenir. So, you know, I'll probably make a necklace or something out of that. But regardless, so, and I apologize. I did not get a shot. I did not get the shot on video. The bear came in the first time. That's what this video was. He came in and he surprised us. He came in about 50 yards closer than what we thought he was gonna come. So he was close. We had to wait until he turned. His butt was towards us, and he walked down to the bait barrel. That's when we got the camera going. I didn't want to do it when he was looking at us, when he was that close. Just didn't want to take the risk. So waited until he had his back turned the camera on. That's what this all was. I watched him between my phone and my GoPro. I have about 45 minutes of video. I just cut it down because I'm not going to make y'all watch 45 minutes of bear just eating. I'm not going to do that. So I just cut it down to a couple minutes. So he came in from our right. The camera's inverted, but our right. Came in this way, immediately went down towards the bait barrel, was feeding for 45 minutes, and never gave me a good shot. Every time I thought I had a shot, you know, he was standing, he'd stand perfectly broadside. Every time, you know, I click the safety off, he'd lay down. Or he'd stand up and he'd move to the other side of the barrel. This went on for 45 minutes. Finally, got up, he gave me a shot. I went, got the gun up, I went to pull the trigger, and he immediately turned around, walked off to the left, and out of my sights, and out of my life, I thought. And what I found out later, a few days later, was that my guide, Dale, he saw the bear the whole time. All the bear did was he walked about 30, 40 yards out of my sight and laid down. And he bedded down for like a half an hour. And then he ended up coming back, and just the excitement of it all, neither one of us thought to flip the GoPro on. I wasn't going to try to film with my phone like I'm doing now. That would have required me to hand my phone to Dale. I wasn't trying to do all that. So, I'm sorry I did not get a video of the shot, but I did post 3 pictures, as you see. So, y'all are going to have to deal with that. If y'all want to hear a full story of how it all went, start to finish, some of my close friends, family, some of y'all have already heard the story, but for all my followers, if y'all want to hear the full story from start to finish, let me know in the comments, and I'll post a second video. Y'all, it's been 2 weeks, and I'm still tickled pink. I'm still just as excited now as I was when I shot. And in fact, it'll be 2 weeks exactly in about 3 hours. Because this time, 2 weeks ago, we were sitting in the blind. Actually, we were getting the blind set up. We weren't quite in the blind yet. But 2 weeks ago, we were in the Bear Woods. So like I said, if you want the full story, let me know in the comments, and I will do a second video. Y'all, thanks for the support. And like I always say, if by God's grace, a guy in a wheelchair can do it, anyone can do it.